I just want to give you guys 3 videos today. I'm going to be coming back to making videos every day. But right now, I'm about to just talk about a potential video. I know these videos blow up. Steven Adams did 1,000. Alex Lynn, nobody even care about him, did numbers like crazy. So we're going to talk about Victor Oladipo's potential. I got to go in depth. I'm a fan of his. I love Victor Oladipo. He has a little Dwayne Wade in his game, but he can shoot threes. He ain't an amazing three-point shooter, but he ain't a bad three-point shooter. He only take 3 a game. He's shooting 32% on them, and he's shooting 44% from the field. He's shooting 13 shots and he's making 6 of them. That's pretty good. That's kind of on borderline efficient. So for him to start off his seasons to be a player that needed to work on a jump shot, a player that had to work on his 3-point shot, he pretty much ain't as bad as people thought. He was like the safest pick in that draft last year, and he proved this year that, especially this year, amazingly, that he could be a star potential. He had came out for a lot of 30-point games. He hit a couple big shots. He's knocking down the 3-point shot consistently more. He's going to the paint. He's cutting up the defense. He's going with layups. He's knocking down the mid-range pullback jump shot. He's finishing with dunks, 360s. He's showing his athletic ability, and he's drawing contact and finishing. And he's, let me see, 4.3 free throws a game, and he's shooting 81%. Something that Dwayne Wade don't do good either. Is not a good 3-point shooter or not a good free throw shooter. He an average free throw shooter at that. Victor Oladipo came in the league averaging 78% from the free throw line. This year he's shooting 81%. He averaging 4.3 rebounds, but you know he got Vucevic on his team, so he don't have to grab that many rebounds because Vucevic is a monster with the rebounds. Then he averaging 1.5 steals. Well, the block something that he's gonna work on. He's gonna have to work on. But he was known for his defense in Indiana. But his defense isn't bad. But he ain't gonna be a Dwayne Wade type defender no time soon. He gonna have to learn that one. And he averaging 2.8 turnovers, which is more than I thought he would. But sometimes he played the primary ball handler. Sometimes with Alfred Payton. Sometimes with when Alfred Payton on the bench. Or sometimes they use a lot of pick and roll with Victor Oladipo and Nikola Vucevic, or sometimes with Channing Frye. I forgot about him. They use a lot of pick and roll with Victor Oladipo because Alfred Payton, he really can't score and he really can't shoot. So they had to put a threat with the ball handler for the pick and roll. So they put Victor Oladipo as a primary ball handler sometimes in the pick and rolls. So that way they can have somebody that can shoot the 3, shoot the mid range, and get to the paint and draw fouls or kick it out to the shooters. So Victor Oladipo plays point guard in a pick and roll sometimes because he can score in a multitude of ways, something that Alfred Payton has to develop yet. But Victor Oladipo, he's showing that he can finish, he can score with the best of them. He had, like I said, he had a lot of 20 and 30-point games this year. He really broke out a lot this year, and they have a lot of talent on his team. Tobias Harris, Vucevic. So he probably might not ever be a 21, 25-point scorer because they don't need him to be that because they got a lot of young players on his team that can score. Like Nikola Vucevic averaging 19 this year. And Tobias Harris, before he got on the bench and got into it with the coach, he was averaging around 17. So they don't really need Victor Oladipo to put up 25, 28 points a game. Like Dwayne Wade had to become a franchise player because all the team players on his team was role players. This team has a lot of young players that's actually proven that they NBA starters and NBA players. And Victor Oladipo shows that he could be, I didn't think he'd be this, but he's showing that he could be an all-star right now. Especially in the East, where you seen Jeff T, Kyle Korver make it. I can see him taking one of those spots easily. Especially with Jeff T on the older and Victor Oladipo is younger, 22 years old. I think we're gonna be 23 this year, and his team is up and coming. They're gonna get a new coach, and if they just make the playoffs, it's probably gonna be Vucevic gonna make the All-Star team off the team automatically. But Victor Oladipo, they had to pick a guard. I can see him putting up better numbers than Jeff Teague. I can see him putting up better numbers, especially than Kyle Korver, because he's more of a role player and a spot-up shooter, a knockdown shooter. So he still got his role on the team. He still got his gravity and his impact, but Victor Oladipo has a bigger impact on the team than Kyle Korver. To me, that is my opinion because his versatility. And with that being said, Victor Oladipo it's going to be hard for him to be a top 5 shooting guard because Jimmy Butler is good. Klay Thompson breaking out. James Harden is already still in his mid-20s, so it's gonna be hard to overtake him. And Klay Thompson in his mid-20s too. And then you got a lot of up-and-coming shooting guards too that's playing. But Victor Oladipo, I've seen them in the Rising Star Challenge game, the rookie sophomore game, pretty much. Now it's international versus world. And what he showed in those games and what he showed this year, like I said, the 30-point games, he can really be an 18, 19-point scorer and give you 4 or 5 rebounds and like 6 to 5 to 4 assists. He averaging pretty much 3.8, 4 assists a game. He averaged 4 rebounds, 4 assists last year, and a steal and 13 points. So his scoring went up. If he can get around 18 to 19 points, that's an all-star reserve in the East. Because like I said, Kyle Korver, Jeff Teague, them type of guards. The only guard that you got locked up is Kyrie and Dwayne Wade. Other than that, it's all over the place because John Wall and Kyle Lowry, you know John Wall going to be a perennial all-star, but you got to get one on the starting spot. And Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan is another one, a shooting guard that's coming up and young and is better than Victor Oladipo already. So Victor Oladipo is going to be hard for him to get in that top 5 shooting guard. He close to top 10, if not top 10 already. He should be in people top 10 or at least top 12. I can see him moving up to the top 10, top 7. The way he been playing and the versatility in his all-around game he brings, defense, passing, playmaking, rebound, steal, blocks sometimes, getting to the paint, finishing, shooting threes. I love what he brings to the table, and he could be a good all-around player, like a Dwayne Wade type player. But like I said, his scoring just ain't going to be there because the team he played for, and he needs a coach that can really figure out what the hell they're going to do in Orlando because their offensive system is really garbage and the plays they run are really sloppy and all over the place. So they got to find a coach that got to figure out what they have and how they going to play. They put their pieces in a position where they all work together and come together and play like a complete team. And they got to figure out a defensive scheme for this team to actually win with. So once they figure out how they going to have this team play on offense and how they going to have the defensive scheme, because Oladipo and Alfred Payton are 2 good defenders at the guard positions. So that's already a good start. But Victor Oladipo a little undersized for the shooting guard because some of them 6'6", 6'7". So he a little undersized, but he got energy and hustle to match what they can do sometimes and stay in their face because he's speed and quick and athletic. So once they figure out the coaching, then he figures out the schemes in the offensive system. That'd be like I put 2-3 more years, we'll see if Victor Oladipo can be a top 5 shooting guard. Next year, when they get a new coach, we're going to see if he can take his game from a 16-4-4 to a 16-5-5. Oh, I mean a 17-5-5 or 18-5-5. If you do that, then 2 years, he should be an all-star. If the coach don't figure him out and how the team going to play, it may take 3 to 4 years for him to be an all-star. He's going to be an all-star for sure, based on how Orlando has been playing and how they close to making the playoffs already. They just need a coach to figure out the offense and the defense and actually give them a system that they can actually use. So I'm giving Victor Oladipo a 4 to 5 year period. He'll be 27, 28 by the time he'll be an all-star if they get the right coach. If they get the right coach quick, he'll automatically be an all-star in 2 years. That's my guess. Because especially in the East, like Joe Johnson fell off. Dwayne Wade, we don't know how many years he got left. He only signed for 2 more years too. So that guard spot really can be filled. Like it was filled by Jeff Teague and Kyle Korver this year. We both know they spots is takeable any year at any given time because they're not really perennial all-star players that you're gonna say he got to make the team every year. Victor Oladipo could be a 4 or 5 time, 6-time all-star when it's all said and done. Even more than that if they get the things rolling quickly with the coaching system. Let me know what you guys think about Victor Oladipo. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I'm going to keep making the NBA Talk potential videos. Let me know what you guys think.